I'll bring in Takata, and if you guys have questions, put them in the comments. And Leslie has a few to start.
Welcome to 5D Channels and Chats with Rachel Chamness. As a shamanic channel and mentor, I'll be sharing wisdom and healing from higher dimensions through channeling beings of light. You will also hear liquid Reiki shamanic sound healing, channels between intuitives, and discussion on higher dimensional healing and channeling. You'll find links and more in the show notes, so be sure to check them. You can find me at soundwavesheal.com and my Facebook group, 5D Daily Spiritual Healers in Higher Dimensions.
I'm very pleased to be here today, and I welcome you all into this space. Thank you so much for bringing me forward.
Thank you for joining us, Grandmaster Takata. We are very excited to ask some questions. We'd like to start with a question from the group. The question is, did Jesus practice Reiki? Are you aware of that?
Yes, what you call Reiki is also a source energy. And as Jesus was channeling this beautiful ray of healing through his body, he was also channeling source energy. It is now taught as the Reiki ray, but there isn't any difference. It is a way to channel energy from source, from the universe, and it is what all use, no matter what it is called or what flavor it might have by being passed through a certain person. It is always the same. And so, yes. Now, Jesus was a ascended master, greatly realized within his truth, come as a prophet without amnesia that affects all humans who come to earth until you awaken. And since he was fully awakened, he had a great power source of this source energy, and he was able to wield more of it. And so it was very impressive indeed. But this does not make him a god. This makes him a beautiful healer, an ascended master on the planet.
Thank you so much. That's beautiful response to that question. Speaking of beautiful ascended masters and how they've helped us here with humanity, we have a question about your higher self. And the question is, are you connected to any other beings or any other masters that we might notice or be aware of in your higher self version?
Yes, I have also come as a sun goddess that you know as Soul, and we are the same. And no one has ever asked me that. I appreciate the question.
That is really interesting. Thank you for sharing that. Is this a way that you continue to connect to others when they are channeling Reiki, or just connect to them in general?
Yes, I do connect in many ways. I connect as my human incarnation Takata. I connect as my human incarnation Elizabeth from your Bible stories in the time of Jesus. And I connect as Soul and Amaterasu as well, who is another sun goddess that I also connect with that energy. Although I am more of the higher self of Soul, they are not the same, but share some energy, which is hard to explain in third dimensional terms.
Along this same line of the question, can you tell us if you have a strong connection to divine feminine energy? Is this something that you identify with?
Yes, I do. And it is the reason why all of my incarnations are of this feminine quality, because I am bringing forth much of the divine feminine. And it is why I was chosen to bring Reiki through to balance it between the male energy and the female energy. If you know a lot about healing, then you will know that this balance of masculine and feminine is always necessary in every type of healing, that you must always connect these two sides, which have many meanings. And so I was chosen to balance the Reiki ray with divine feminine, and so I did. And now it has a very beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy, of flowing and penetration, this power that is allowed.
That is beautiful. Thank you for that explanation. I felt just overwhelming peace when you were describing that. That's
Wow.
lovely. There is a question from the group that asks, do you find the energy of Reiki over time has changed in any way since you have been in your physical incarnations on Earth?
That is a very good question. When we were first bringing the ray through, it was very pure. And over time, it became a little diluted in its power. But since the 2012 change on the planet has begun to become more pure again. And so you may realize it to be stronger than before. And as you use it more, the stronger and purer it can be, as long as it is Reiki that you are using. Of course, Reiki can never be negative. It can only be itself, which is positive. And it can either be a very strong connection to the Reiki ray or a weak one. And that is all I speak of, the strength of the Reiki ray. To increase your strength with the Reiki ray is to become a master or a master teacher. This will increase your ray. The other way to increase it is to use it often. Always use it. Reiki on always. I know many of you will ask me the question about the different types of Reiki. It is not necessary to be reattuned over and over in all the different types of Reiki. Though you may want to learn about the different types of Reiki, that is a beautiful practice, and being attuned more is always helpful. But I wish to say that you can do just as well with one Reiki, and you can learn many techniques from many people, and it can be enough to truly open it more, become a master at whatever type of Reiki you are working on, or of any type, and use it often. And this will increase your ability, as well as working on yourself, healing yourself, not just with the Reiki ray, but with your own work that you have brought into this human life to work on your own trauma and your own way to advance yourself through releasing of lower vibrational frequencies within the body.
Thank you. That actually answered some other questions that were popping up. So you definitely anticipated that wonderfully. There is a question about what your position is on the symbols, and because they're sacred, should they remain secret and hidden since they are widely available these days? What is your perspective on that?
My perspective is shared amongst all of the Grandmasters. It is time for these symbols to be public. Those who are attuned to the level 2 of Reiki as a Reiki practitioner may use these symbols with ease. It does not matter if they are known by every person. To use them, you must be a Reiki practitioner level 2. And when you use them, they are powerful. For those who see these symbols and are drawn to them, it helps them realize the importance of Reiki in this time. And so we no longer believe that the knowledge must be hidden. In fact, it is widely available for a reason. You may read all the Reiki books you like and learn all about it. And then once you are tuned, you may use it. And that is just fine. Learn about the Reiki ray if you wish. If you need to know the information beforehand, before you decide if you'd like to wield such power, then do so. It does not change anything within the attunements themselves. And it does not need to be a secret, for we are moving past secrets as we come into a higher dimensional reality on Earth. And so secrets are something of the past.
There are some newer symbols that are being presented and used to channel with Reiki. And do you have any perspective on those? Are they just as strongly connected as the original and traditional symbols? Or do they bring something different?
I absolutely love all of the symbols. They are beautiful ways to practice Reiki, and they have much power in themselves. They are channeled by many different ancestry of Reiki and many different types of study. that can sometimes bleed into Reiki. And I think it's very beautiful, and you can use them all. Use whatever symbols resonate with you. And that's a beautiful way to use Reiki. Or make your own. That is fine too. It is a symbol. It does not need to be so exact. It works with intention like all Reiki does.
Beautiful. Thank you. There is another question. Is it ethical to attune our small children since they can't really give permission and their understanding may be limited?
It is a beautiful practice to attune your small children. All you are doing is opening them up to their higher selves and to where they came from before they came to Earth. And in these times, this is very important for the growth of the child, because the children coming in now, they are much connected, and this is part of their purpose. And so it does not harm them in any way to open them up to this practice. It is just the same as if you would like to baptize your children into a religion that is historically within your family. You may do so even if the child decides not to practice this religion, for it will not harm the child to be blessed in this way. It is the same that it will not harm the child to be blessed with Reiki, and they can use their own discernment to use it or not. It is a great gift and helps them with their understanding of the world and themselves, where they came from and where they're going. And it is a beautiful thing to do. So I believe that it is an opportunity for the child and does not go against anything of the higher self. The child may reject it if they need to, and that is the same way that the child can reject any teachings you give them. The child can reject anything that they see or understand and feel to be false. A child must learn to use their own discernment, and it should be part of their upbringing as well. We must parent these children in a different way at this time, teaching them to use their own discernment and not to follow blindly or by force or by abuse. They must be taught to respect the world and themselves, to respect their own truth within them. And so it is always a help, not a hindrance, to attune your children or your babies to Reiki.
Thank you for that. That's wonderful to know. And I think that opens up a lot of possibility for everyone who is listening and everyone who may be coming along on this ascension journey. There is a really good question from the group asking if there's anyone in the collective or in this group listening today who you were connected with when you were in the physical incarnation.
There is someone in this audience whom I was connected to as soul in another incarnation. But most of you who are watching who wield the Reiki ray are connected to me through Reiki as your guide and helper. As all Reiki Grandmasters are always available to all who wish to heal and help others with Reiki. And sometimes, even outside of Reiki, we do help. And there are other Grandmasters as well, not just us, from alternate universes, the future, and the very past, before Reiki was recognized by Dr. Usui, who also helped. I hope this answers the question.
Yes, it does, and reinforces that anything that is done with Reiki and with intention, we can always call on masters for assistance. That is very helpful. Thank you. But I would like to ask if there's anything in summation that you feel like is just really important for us as Reiki practitioners, Reiki channelers here at this time to know. Anything that would be helpful for us to increase our connection to Reiki and to the Grandmasters?
We wish for you to know us once you have been initiated into Reiki. You may call on us to help you with your sessions and to help you with your own healing. You may sit quietly and call us each to you one by one to meet us and to know us more deeply. You can also, if you have more of a reach with your psychic senses, ask to meet other Grandmasters as well that I mentioned before from any other time or place and get to know them as well. for we are all here to help. Thank you so much for bringing me forward today.
Thank you.
Okay. Woo, that was great. Did you guys like that? I really loved her energy. You know, my feet felt so strange. Like, I guess her feet are just different, like totally different than mine. And they felt really interesting. Yes, she was saying that she was Elizabeth, as in Jesus's aunt. She did say that. Yeah. These are great questions you guys had. Thank you so much for bringing them forward. That was really great. And thank you, Leslie. That was wonderful. I just feel her energy still, like, I feel so calm. Yeah, Christina says, how lovely was she? So gentle and kind, wonderful energy. I still feel that energy with me. It feels so good. And now I want to go and meditate and see if I can bring forth some of these other Reiki masters, grandmasters. You know who I see a lot when I attune other people? I see dragons a lot. I sometimes see some of them at the top of my Reiki ancestry, right under Takata. There are two women, and I see them a lot. And then I also see celestial teachers who are Lemurian beings. I see them a lot too, which is really cool. It's interesting. I want to meet them all. So thank you, Leslie, and thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Say bye.
Thank you for watching. I'm Rachel Chamness at soundwavesheal.com. I love to help lightworkers trans-channel messages, light, and healing in higher dimensions. If you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and follow on social media, and consider checking out my Tag Lightworkers monthly mentorship program.